Hey, welcome in for a special short little piece of Tony Talks Trash about music. We're going to talk a little bit more in our What Was Lost series that I did earlier with the Prefab Sprout first record. And I have a debut record I want to talk about now that, I've had long discussions with many musician friends I have and regular just fans of music, certainly about the band that everybody believes, American band that probably should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that had a long career, a number of hits, and it's what I'm talking about is the very special band that came from the New York area, Oyster Cult. And I'm talking particularly about this record. And I know that it is, I'm not, the point that I want to make with this video is not something of superiority to everybody because I realize everybody's taste is different. But what I would like to really say is that there is a great deal that's lost from this record, even though this record has more of a localized production, a little bit maybe of more of an amateur sound on certain tracks and such. But there's something about it and something about the style of the music that they really never returned to. This band may have returned to more pop sounds. They may have returned to a bigger breadth of a sound. But immediately following this record, I was a fan of the band, and I was there when these records were out, and it was the kind of music that I was listening to. They were one of my favorite bands growing up. Uh, and I really looked forward to the second record. And when the second record came out, we were slapped in the face with this big, heavy wall of sound. I mean, the Red and Black it's pretty, there's a sheen to that music and a metal and a heaviness to that second record, the third record, obviously too. I mean, which is a masterpiece as well. It's not a judgment of which style, but the point of it is there was a great breadth of music on this record that never was really followed up on. You can say they kind of went that way later with maybe some sounds on Agents of Fortune, maybe True Confessions, things like that were piano led a little bit. But there's something about the sound of this. It's almost alien. And I don't know if it's aided by the cover. I think it's one of the great album covers of all time. I really do. And the back cover here. Just amazing artwork. Just beautiful. Gawlik. Really neat. It's almost like it looks almost like some of the Wesley Willis. I have something that Wesley Willis drew, and I'll do something later on that. I know it's outside or got nothing to do with this, but it reminds me kind of the precision that's in some of that and the long buildings and such. But if you look at this record and the sound of this record, and the point is this is a wide variety of different sounds, and I think it shows the breadth of their musicianship, and it really shows more than these other records, which are all locked pretty much in a heavier style, which is fine, in the illustrative semi, I guess, evil or mysterious lyrics that we sent away for on the computer paper and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm on the lamb, but ain't no sheep. It's just so much more gentle than the Red and Black. But Transmit Icon MC, there's nothing really that occupies that style of rock sound. That's a rock sound. That's not really a metal sound. That may even be more Stones-ish. I don't know how to really put that. It's got a certain leaning towards it that's the energy of it is what makes it so neat. Then they came the last days of May. That's a quiet, loud contrast song that as recent as Nirvana they did that. Stairway to the Stars. It's just because of the production. It's muted. It's not as heavy. Now, when they played it on Your Feet or On Your Knees, it was heavier. But that's not it. And then before the Kiss a Red Cap, but really to me it's the second side. When you get into Screams, She's as Beautiful as a Foot, which is one of my favorites. I mean, it's just got some great stuff. Cities on Flame with Rock and Roll, just the restraint. Probably the heaviest on the whole record. But again, a different type of heavy than what would show up to here later. And then you've got something like Workshop of the Telescopes and Redeem, which really there's nothing, maybe Redeemed lended to the song styles when they got, later on after, the period after Agents of Fortune, even into some of the song-based stuff that they have. But there was a sound on this that they never followed up on. Something like Workshop of the Telescopes to me is haunting. It's more penetrating than the other parts of the record. She's as beautiful as a foot, the same thing. And we never got any more of that side of Blue Oyster Cult. You know, I appreciated what we did get. I loved it. But it's amazing to me the narrowing that happens. Because clearly, if you listen to that second record and you listen to this, the production got a lot better. The production got a lot louder, and the band got a lot heavier on everything. Everything was heavier. And me personally, I like that, but I like this too. And I really wish that some of this stuff came out, and that, you know, I could hear more of that era. This is a really special record to me. It's probably on balance my favorite Blue Oyster Cult record. And you know, and I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. That you feel like, you know, you wonder what would have happened if they would have stayed with the sound of Workshop with the Telescopes and She's as Beautiful as a Foot and Screams. You know, something of that style. I mean, it's interesting. It has a lurking evil sound, but it's not super, you know, heavy and bludgeoning. And it's in a way it's almost more sincere because it doesn't have that front to it, you know. But anyway, that's my thought. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you would. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out here. Let me know your thoughts on this. This has always been one of my favorite records, and I find it perplexing because I do like Blue Oyster Cult, but to me there's almost a separation between this and the whole other catalog. Let me know how you feel. Thanks a lot, and we'll catch you next time.